The Illuminate are a faction I haven't touched yet in all of my videos, and that is for good reason. The Illuminate are nothing like what we know. Their practices are so far beyond our realm of science and understanding. Not like the bugs, where we can infer on their breeding habits or observe nesting behavior, nor like the automatons, which are more human than we'd like to accept. The Illuminate are truly and incomprehensibly alien, possessing technology and knowledge that warp and harm the fabric of reality as we know it. Today, we are going to explore what it is the Illuminate are doing and what it means for Super Earth. Canonicity Advisory. This video deals with speculation. Helldivers 2 is a live service game. The continuity is always developing, and contents discussed may be disproven or made redundant by the time you view this video. The Illuminate are up to something big, and I'd like to speculate on what I believe this could be. Meridia, Yed Prior, Mog, and Tarek. All planets I have visited prior to the production of this video. My mission? Observe and look for patterns received via the SpaceTime fluctuation indicator. Now that's a device I find fascinating. Based on its immediate availability to the Helldivers Super Destroyer fleet, that tells me it comes as a stock component of the Super Destroyer with the intended purpose of exploring space-time anomalies. So, if this is a stock component, what would it have been used for prior to the Illuminate activity? For that, I'd like to acquaint you with the Alcubierre warp drive. I covered it previously in a speculative look at the First Galactic War, but I'll do a brief explanation here. The Alcubierre warp drive is a device employed by Super Earth's many forces. It manipulates the fabric of space, contracting it both in front and behind the craft, creating a pocket of normal space. This is important because it allows the craft to travel faster than the speed of light without breaking the speed of light. This pocket creating a bubble outside our third dimension, tapping into the fourth dimension, space-time. This device becoming the single undisputable reason that man was able to conquer the stars. So what does this all have to do with the space-time fluctuation indicator? When I was a kid, I remember playing this game called Parachute Cat and Mouse. For this, you would use a 24-foot parachute, which would conceal the player fulfilling the role of the mouse, whereas the player fulfilling the role of the cat would navigate the top of the parachute, seeking out the mouse, all while the parachute is being flapped by the other kids. All of this, of course, being an anecdote. The space-time fluctuation indicator being the cat, all warp travel being the mouse, the tapestry of space-time being the parachute, and the kids flapping and billowing the canvas, intense gravitational anomalies throughout the galaxy. Much like ourselves, the space-time fluctuation indicator can feel the ripples, but cannot see it. Every time the indicator monitor spikes, something local is interacting with space-time. You can see the consequences of the activity all across the galaxy. All three, Tarek, Yed Prior, and Mog experiencing similar spikes and anomalous activity on their indicators despite being separated by many sectors and light years of travel. Of course, the exception is Meridia, having spectacularly consistent and broad activity on the indicator. This could, of course, be a result of Meridia being a gravitational anomaly itself, or perhaps the indicator is picking up something moving through it. Let's return to the parachute game. Imagine instead of a kid playing the mouse, let's use an adult. Actually, let's use a car. If my point isn't abundantly clear, the larger the object, the larger the impact on the galaxy. Whatever is being picked up by our indicators is massive, beyond the size of any super destroyer and perhaps the DSS. I believe the Illuminate Vanguard is coming to an end, and their full invasion force is finally arriving, and with it, the reemergence of Squ'bai Shrine, the Illuminate homeworld from the First Galactic War. I believe Squ'bai Shrine is what's causing such spectacular space-time disruption, as it violates physics with its nigh unpreventable transit throughout our galaxy. Our most recent dispatch reads as the following. Multiple astronomical monitoring stations have reported appearance of unexplained gravitational waves and wobbles in the orbits of astronomical bodies. These space-time fluctuations have been positively correlated with Illuminate activity. The Ministry of Defense has begun tracking these fluctuations in coordination with the Ministry of Science, and their activity will be displayed on all galactic maps. What gets me specifically is the word wobble. One of my members in the 1st Colonial Regiment brought Doppler spectrography to my attention. Often called the Doppler method, is a technique used primarily in astronomy to detect planets orbiting other stars. Imagine you are listening to a siren on an ambulance as it moves towards you. The sound waves get compressed and the pitch goes up as it moves away. The waves stretch out and the pitch goes down. This is known as the Doppler effect. Now apply this concept to light instead of sound. When a star moves towards us, its light waves get slightly compressed, making the light a tiny bit bluer. When it moves away, the light waves stretch, making the light a tiny bit redder. These changes in color are incredibly small and hard to detect, but with precise instruments, scientists can measure them. When a planet orbits a star, it causes a star to wobble, slightly due to gravitational pull. This wobble changes the star's light as observed from Earth, creating a Doppler shift. By studying these shifts, astronomers can infer the presence of a planet, estimate its mass, and even understand its orbit. The issue we run into is that if Squ'bai Shrine is transiting through warping of time and space, it's moving via undetectable means, except that mass can directly impact time. Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity tells us that massive objects warp the fabric of space-time. Imagine space-time as a rubber sheet. Placing a heavy ball, like a black hole, on the sheet creates a deep dent. The closer you get to the ball, the steeper the dent. Wobble directly indicates that stars are being affected, so if this is the case, it's stars that are exhibiting influence from gravitational forces beyond their control. A planet traveling at remarkable speeds against the galactic current through the fabric of space-time, exhibiting influence, however small, on all stars and celestial bodies it passes, like an unseen, invisible, but influential hand. That is what I believe is happening. If this theory proves correct, the nature of the Galactic War is going to change forever, and I can only hope this theory is wrong. But until it is proven wrong, the best we can do is remain vigilant, as you are the first and last line of defense. Hello, everyone. It's been a minute. I hope you are all well in the beginning of the new year. Crises have seen me away from the YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'd like to thank Tactical Rover and Ev for their help in the research for this video. The 1st Colonial Regiment has undergone some massive and desperately needed changes, certainly for the better. If you are looking to upgrade your Helldiving experience, consider enlisting. The link can be found in the description below. The Illuminate have been a spectacular enemy to fight, and I'm excited to see what the future holds, but in spite of my exit statement, I truly hope this theory is right.